Halfway across the globe, in Bangladesh and other developing countries, obtaining food is a daily struggle. This problem can be exacerbated for the woman bringing new life into the world. But here in Canada, we are worried about eating too much and we tend to neglect the abundance of nutrients that surround us. While at the U of A, researcher Adrian LeVay traveled to Bangladesh to get a better understanding of the conditions surrounding maternal malnutrition.
I ended up in the urban, or in a city in Bangladesh, and I wanted to focus on vulnerable women. So we went into like the slum and the sort of the ultra poor area of the city, and that's where I conducted the research itself.
Gender roles were initially chosen as a variable to maternal malnutrition due to patriarchal societies impacting women's health, and thus being an important issue to consider. There is a continual increase in the food price market, while the estimated reported household daily income from husbands' work continues to be scarce.
But the rising food prices was something I didn't even think about, and it was only when I got there, and I was, asking them questions about traditional beliefs about what they should be eating while they're pregnant. And like none of that mattered. It was just like we actually can't afford food at all. So they were, they bought food every day, but it was like 80 to 100% of their incomes every day was going to purchasing food.
In order to gather information on the topic, Adrian LeVay would do approach work and conduct interviews with various people involved with pregnant women, whether they may be pregnant themselves or even the husbands of the future mothers to be.
Usually, how the interviews would start is they would start with what's called the grand question. So the grand question was always, tell me about how you spend your day. And then it would get narrow, or it would get sort of narrower and narrower down to, can you tell me about like what you had for breakfast this morning and how much did all that cost, all this kind of stuff. So it'd get into talking about their sort of food provisioning practices, how they sort of got food into their household every day.
After tabulating the data, the findings show that women know what to eat and the importance of eating healthy.
The real issue is that they can't afford food because of the price of food in the slum. And it's not about not enough food or traditional superstitions about food or that they can't access food. It's about the price of food at the end of the day. It comes down to incomes, and I mean, these are women that make $2 a day. Their households earn $2 a day. So fair prices, fair incomes. Figuring out ways to make communities a little bit more, able to choose where their food comes from. So there's a number of things that could be done, and it's not just a matter of growing more food globally. It's not that there's not enough.